I'm Doug, and welcome to the first of 4 videos on the brand new SpeakerMix Pro plugin from Celestion. Over the course of this video series, and in just a moment, I will be joined by Ken Weller and Joe Elsom from Celestion as they unpack the amazing things this plugin does. At the very top of the list is the development of something called DSRs, Dynamic Speaker Responses. A traditional IR is kind of like a photograph of the speaker, kind of in still motion. DSRs, Dynamic Speaker Responses, actually respond to your playing, and they are awesome. We'll be illuminating that and a whole bunch more over the course of this series. So with that said, it's my pleasure to introduce Ken Weller and Joe Elsom from Celestion.
Hi, I'm Ken Weller, and I'm the product marketing manager at Celestion. So I look after exhibitions, trade shows, literature, the website, all that kind of good stuff. But it's also my job to be the product manager. So I look after and specify and brief what we should be making, what it should be like, and then communicating that to the market.
Hi there, I'm Joe Elsom. I'm a research and development engineer at Celestion. I deal with the research and development of physical loudspeakers, guitar speakers, pro audio, and in this case, leading development of software, SpeakerMix Pro.
At the most kind of snapshot level, what is SpeakerMix Pro and what does it do?
It's a mixer for a plugin that you can use as a mixer for mixing impulse responses in your DAW.
Picking up where Ken left off, SpeakerMix Pro is essentially a 6-channel mixer for DSRs and waveform IRs. So yes, you can use your existing IRs if you're so inclined. The good news is you can even mix and match DSRs with IRs, and the plugin comes bundled with 10 DSRs. Right, the goal of this video is to let you hear the plugin across a range of styles so you can hear how incredibly versatile it is. In the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to deconstruct what I was doing inside the plugin to achieve the different types of things. It's a pretty sophisticated plugin, so having some strategies as you're kind of working up your tones is a help, and that's one of the things I'm going to be sharing in the next video. In the meantime, I do want to tell you what I was using in the signal chain. Obviously, the 335 there, that was going out into a Vertex Steel String Supreme pedal, basically a little Dumble in a box. That in turn was going out into the front end, because there's no effects loop, of the Tone Master Deluxe Reverb back there. And of course, bypassing the speaker sim, I was using the direct out going into Pro Tools where I was running SpeakerMix Pro. You are hearing, and you'll see the little call outs there, the G12M Creamback 65, and I was using a virtual SM57 and a virtual 121. So that was actually 2 instances of the Creambacks. Technically, I was using 4, but we're going to talk about that in the next video. Some very cool things you can do inside this plugin. All right, with that said, let's get back to Ken and Joe. So Joe, you crafted this thing from the ground up. In guitar player speak, kind of, how does it do what it does?
So it's effectively responding in real time with dynamic component level nonlinear models to how hard you're playing the speaker, how hard you're hitting the strings, and how hard you're driving the speaker, and then the electrical coupling to whatever amplifier with the Z curve.
For that demo, I was using the JP2C. I have a pair of tall Mesa Boogie cabinets. When I fire those puppies up, I like to brutalize those speakers. Part of the sound is beaten up on those speakers. So being able to do that inside the plugin is huge. Now, one of the other great things about the plugin, oh, by the way, I was running out of the JP2C into the 2 Notes Torpedo Captor X, not using any speaker or cabinet emulation inside Captor X. All right, with that out of the way, One of the other things that's really cool about the plugin is there is an A/B toggle functionality. All right, why is that such a help? Well, you can load up kind of different sets of speakers and toggle back and forth between them with literally the push of a letter, if you will. You click on the A, you click on the B, and you can toggle back and forth. We're going to use that functionality so you can hear the DSRs for the Vintage 30 mic'd up with a virtual SM57 and 121, and then the IRs of Vintage 30s mic'd up with an SM57 and a 121. Now, in all fairness, I tracked this part, and it's the same thing we heard a moment ago, utilizing the DSRs. So I was playing in response to them. But response being the word, the DSRs respond dynamically, dynamic speaker responses. That's why they're named that. IRs just kind of sit there, and I would have played differently had I tracked with the IRs, but as you hear them kind of one after the other, you can really hear how much fuller the DSRs are, and I had everything set identically inside the A and the B side of the plugin. Let's take a listen. There are a number of different applications for this plugin, but primarily when you think of an end user, who's it for?
It's the guy really working in a studio, whether it's a full on, multi-room studio, or whether it's a guy working at home with his DAW in his bedroom. For anyone who wants really the best guitar tone they can get.
That was basically the same setup that I was using for the 335, but I added the Analog Man King of Tone. I really love the way those creambacks sound. Great sounding speakers. All right, at the very top of the video, I did not tell you what I was playing yet. That was the Helix rack. Love that sound. Les Paul vibe, kind of Bonamassa with a little bit of Casa thrown in there. Just a great sound. The G12M, just like the classic combination, that, if you will, is the quintessential sound of rock and roll. We're going to fade out on that track. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. We're going to delve deeper into what I was kind of doing inside the plugin, hopefully offering you some strategies that may be of help. Ken and Joe will, of course, be joining us in the next video. So I can't wait to see you then. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers.